Good afternoon and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to replace the door seal on an Indesit washing machine. Indesit and Hotpoint are the same machine and Beckos are very similar. It took us 5 goes to record this, so I hope to God you can hear us because my microphone is driving me crazy. Thank you. Well, let's hope the speaker's working, microphone or whatever. Come on then. First step. All you need for this replacement seal is a pair of pliers, either bent ones or straight ones, whatever, but the long nose ones are definitely preferential, and a flat screwdriver, small flat screwdriver. Step 1, look for the spring. There'll be a spring with a wire attached in the front of the seal. There it is on this one. Lift it up and then just run your screwdriver around it, pulling it off with your finger. So that's band number 1. Put it in a safe place. Don't throw it away. Try not to snap it. And just keep an eye where you've put it. So basically now you're ready to remove the old seal. So just with finger and thumb, peel it back all the way around. It comes off. That is as simple as it is to come off. On different makes and models, you might have drain holes at the bottom which are attached. On the Hoover ones and Candy ones, you might have a pipe on the side which takes the water in from that angle. On the A and G and F ones, you have water filling from the top. But on most of the Indesit and Hotpoints, unless they're a washer dryer, that is, it's just a plain seal. The washer dryer's got a big vent on the top, so the new seal will come with a vent on, which makes it slightly more tricky, but it's still the same principle for replacing the seal. So basically the back of the seal, where it's attached to the drum, is held on by a spring similar to this one, but it is quite a bit larger and thicker. So what I tend to do is, the easiest way to get it off is to pull the seal back like that, but do it at the top. Tuck your screwdriver in, press and pull towards you at the same time, and it just takes the spring and the seal away from the drum, just like so. So basically just remove the old seal, throw it away, do whatever you want with it, and you're left with a larger spring, with a more heavier spring. Right. When it comes to refitting the new seal, what you're looking for is they normally have a little triangle piece on the top. That goes at 12 o'clock position at the top, and they'll also have a drain hole at the bottom. This one's a bit blocked, but you get the idea. It's a drain hole, so that's where the water drains its left line on the seal. Now this is an old washing machine that's going to the scrapyard, so basically I'm just going to refit the original seal. It's not worth putting a new one on to take the scrapyard. I just wanted to make this video just to show you how simple it was to replace the seal. When you're in this position, what I would also do is I'll clean all the gunge and slaver and slime. It gets covered in it. Just remove all that with a damp cloth, just as much as you can. Otherwise your new seal might look as dirty as your old seal. Right, I would like to thank you for watching this video, and if you'd like to subscribe, I'll bring in other videos on washing machine repairs, oven repairs, also campsite reviews. We do a lot of motorhoming and we get about in the campsite, so if you're interested, a thumbs up or a like, a comment or a subscribe. Thank you anyway. Back to the seal. So that's 12 o'clock, the drain hole 6 o'clock. So basically what you're trying to do is that piece of plastic there has to go in between there and there. So if you put the seal in position, you can see when you look at the bottom, if you're in the right place for the 6 o'clock drain hole position, if it's too far either way, the water won't be able to drain out and you get a lot of water lying on the bottom of the seal. So basically, if you put the seal into position, now I'll pull this forward to show you. If you pull that back with your finger in, I use that finger on the back and that finger on the front. If you just pull it like that, you can tuck it under the plastic lip of the drum. So if you start at the top and just work your way around, it's just a case of following it all the way around. until you get also if you come to replace the seal, any kind of rubber seal in the winter time, when you get it delivered, I would put it in the house for 24 hours prior to fitting. Otherwise they can become very stiff and hard, and they really are difficult to fit when they're like that. In the winter time, the rubber seals I carry on the van, sometimes they can be really stiff to manipulate and move. Right, so that's the seal on. If you tuck this inside gently, not too harshly, otherwise you'll pull it off the back of the drum. If you tuck it all the way in, you can actually feel with your fingers if the seal's in the right place. You would know if it wasn't because it would wobble, so it should be solid all the way around. Now we're putting the spring back on. The easiest way to do this is to tuck it in. It goes in the groove of the seal. If you just feel it in at the top, feel it in at about 8 o'clock at the bottom, you can see the spring just there. Now what you have to do is now you've got to stretch the spring to get the retaining wire across the seal, and the easiest way I find is just to put some pliers, some long nose pliers, grabbing a hold of the spring at one end and then feed it with your other hand. I'm stretching the spring with my left hand and I'm feeding it on with my right hand, and you can feel it when it drops in all the way around. And when you've done that, you can actually feel with your fingers if the spring's in the right place and if the metal bands in all the way around. That one is. So basically now we've got to attach the front of the seal. So basically again, just pull that forward till that's where you want to be. Now what you're doing is you're peeling the front back with your fingers and dropping it in and just sort of teasing it on all the way around. It's windy today, I hope you can hear okay. I've been waiting on a dry day to do this because it's quite dark in my garage, and I wasn't going to put a scrap washing machine in the kitchen, otherwise somebody might have something to say when they get in. Right, back to the front spring again. Looks like the camera's wobbling about a bit as well. If you tuck it in, you can see where it goes. It's got to go in between that gap all the way around. So basically, if you tuck it in there, just feed it in. It'll come about that far and be stuck. Then you can actually just stretch that with your finger and thumb. And just stretch it. Can you see the way? And that's it, basically. Make sure you put that spring on. If you don't put that spring on, when you take your washing out, if you've got a full load, you can pull it, and as it pulls it, it'll take the seal off the front. You'll not notice. The next time you use it, the seal might be on the inside. You set it away, you'll get water everywhere. So that's the seal fitted, back on, only using one screwdriver and a pair of pliers. Well, thank you very much for watching. If you've liked it, please subscribe, give us a like, give us a comment. If you've got any questions about your seal or anything else, just drop it in the comment section and I'll get back to you when I can. Again, thanks for your support and thanks for watching. Thank you.